Have you ever looked at the veins on the back of your hand and wondered where they go? Those faint blue lines you see beneath your skin are the beginning of a fascinating network that carries blood from your fingers all the way to your heart. Let us follow that journey, flowing through the superficial and deep veins of the upper limb, and watch how every drop of blood finds its way home. On the back of the hand lies a gentle mesh of veins called the dorsal venous network. From this network rise two main superficial rivers: the cephalic vein on the lateral or thumb side, and the basilic vein on the medial or little finger side. Between them are small connecting channels called perforating veins that allow communication between the surface and the deeper venous system. Now, imagine the limb in its original embryonic position, palm facing forward and thumb pointing upward toward the head. In that position, the name cephalic, meaning toward the head, and basilic, meaning toward the base, suddenly make perfect sense. The cephalic vein begins on the outer side of the dorsal venous network. It ascends along the lateral border of the wrist, then continues up the front outer side of the forearm and arm, often visible through the skin like a pale thread of blue. At the elbow, it meets the median cubital vein, a short bridge that crosses the front of the elbow, linking the cephalic and basilic veins within the cubital fossa. This is the very site where blood is often drawn for laboratory tests. From there, the cephalic vein continues upward, slipping elegantly between the deltoid and the pectoralis major muscles through the deltopectoral groove. It then enters a small triangular space beneath the clavicle called the clavipectoral triangle, pierces the costocoracoid membrane, and finally joins the terminal part of the axillary vein, the highway leading to the heart. Meanwhile, on the inner side of the arm, the basilic vein begins at the medial end of the dorsal venous network. It runs upward along the inner forearm and the lower part of the arm, plainly visible beneath the skin. Near the middle of the arm, it dives deep, piercing the strong brachial fascia, and then ascends beside the brachial artery and the medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm. When it reaches the armpit, it merges with the venae comitatantes of the axillary artery to form the axillary vein itself. Sometimes another vein joins the story, the median antebrachial vein, also known as the median vein of the forearm. It begins near the base of the thumb, curves around the lateral side of the wrist, and ascends up the midline of the forearm, between the cephalic and basilic veins. In some people, it splits into two, one branch called the median basilic vein that joins the basilic vein, and another called the median cephalic vein that joins the cephalic vein. This explains why the venous patterns on different arms can look so different. Deep to all of these, hidden beneath the fascia, lies another world of veins, the deep veins of the upper limb. Unlike the superficial ones, the deep veins usually occur in pairs, running on either side of the arteries and bearing their same names: the radial, ulnar, brachial, and eventually the axillary veins. These paired veins are interconnected continuously, allowing blood to weave back and forth around each artery as it flows toward the heart. Through countless tiny anastomoses, the superficial and deep veins remain linked, ensuring that blood can always find an alternate route no matter how the arm moves or bends. So, from the delicate web on the back of your hand to the great axillary vein deep in the armpit, every vein is part of a living circuit. Together they form a shimmering network of return, carrying used blood upward, silently, efficiently, and without pause. The cephalic toward the head, the basilic toward the base, all converging like tributaries into a single river of life that never stops flowing. Stay curious, stay inspired. And remember, in medicine, understanding is everything.